Hello Internet, Jojo here, and with the Rings of Power having ended, thank God, I've decided to talk about something to lighten the mood. Back in the times when Lord of the Rings was just starting to get its adaptations into popular media. Today, we're going to calculate a feat, a huge mountain-busting feat, from the 1978 Lord of the Rings cartoon. I'm sure many of you have heard of it, maybe even seen scenes from it, but I doubt any of you have actually, watched it. I watched it the other day. It was something else.
Fire of Isengard! We've reached! Retreat to the caves! The caves!
Anyways, before we actually get into this, we need backstory. So let's start off simply. I imagine that most of you have only watched the Peter Jackson movies, but if you did, you don't really know that while Gandalf is a wizard, he's actually about as close to a literal guardian angel of Middle-earth as you can get. You see, Gandalf is being known as a Maiar, which I believe is pronounced that way. I've heard it pronounced in many different ways, but the version that I've seen spelled and read was spelled M-A-I-A-R, Maiar. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm not a Tolkien expert, but I know how to read. Now, Maiar are incredibly powerful spirits that help the Valar, the gods of Middle-earth, form the world into what it was. While many of these Maiar are not named, a few are. But, of course, you probably wouldn't recognize any of these names because, it's not the name they go by in Middle-earth. Take the Maiar known as Awendil and Kurumo, who, when they go to Middle-earth, are known as Radagast and Saruman. But we're not here to talk about any of those. We are here to talk about the Maiar Olorin, or Gandalf. Being the last wizard to arrive in Middle-earth 1,000 years into the Third Age,
A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Gandalf the Grey was tasked with helping Middle-earth defend and eventually overcome Sauron, the Maiar who was Morgoth's right-hand man. And that's pretty much what he did for thousands of years until his eventual death at the hands of the Balrog of Morgoth, also known as Durin's Bane. Now, you might also not know that Balrogs, like Gandalf, are Maiar, but Maiar who were corrupted by Morgoth, the first Dark Lord, in the First Age. Specifically, the Balrog that resides in Moria survived the First Age and the Second Age, only to be awoken actually about 2,000 years into the Third Age. So when the Fellowship of the Ring was traveling through the mines of Moria, two Maiar clashed, and ultimately they both kind of died. But then Gandalf was reborn, but that's Gandalf the White, technically a different character. Now, according to the lore, the battle between Gandalf and the Balrog lasted several days, and ultimately ended up on one of the highest peaks of Moria, but the actual peak's name that they fought on is Silvertone, where they fought for 2 additional days. The battle was so fierce that, let me read it, those that looked up from afar thought that the mountain was crowned with storm. Thunder they heard, and lightning they said smote upon Celebil, and let back broken into tongues of fire. In the end, Gandalf killed the Balrog, and its body was cast down, shattering the mountainside below. In the Jackson films, we don't really get that much into exactly how powerful this was, but in the 1978 cartoon, we see that it topples the entire mountain. From this, it's clear that Gandalf the Grey was capable of sending the Balrog down with enough force to shatter the mountain they were on. Tolkien once said this mountain was based on the Swiss mountain that he saw, Silberhorn, and you can clearly see why this is a definite boss fight area. This mountain reaches up about 3,695 meters, and so taking that and applying it to this mountain that we see in the cartoon, we find that Gandalf shattered a mountain that was worth a whopping 78.5 billion kilograms, and would require a power of over 479 megatons of TNT. This is power equivalent to that of a magnitude 9 earthquake. And this is just Gandalf the Grey. He became far, far, far more powerful as Gandalf the White. So, anyways, I just wanted to talk about Lord of the Rings a little bit, because Rings of Power, whether you like it or not, just not lore friendly. What I saw of it and heard of it left a massively bitter taste in my mouth. So, thanks for watching. See you next time. Remember to stay spectacular. Jojo